Greetings, commanders, and welcome back to another Warpath video. My name is Eagle, and in this video we are going to be talking about the new Valentine event. For all the lovers out there, we're going to be explaining all the different stages that this event has to offer, and we're going to give you some tips and tricks on how to get the maximum amount of rewards for each stage. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first stage of the Valentine's event is called Red Roses. All you need to do is collect roses, which are the event's items that are in this event. Send these roses and you'll be able to level up through this kind of battle pass thing, and you'll be able to get all these cool rewards. Now, there's also a premium section where you can get it for 10,000 gold, and this is why it's always handy to leave some gold in your inventory so that you can actually participate in these events. Now, if you manage to get all the way to level 25, you'll be able to gain a full refund of your gold. So you'll be able to gain all the 10,000 gold back, which is really cool because you'll be able to unlock so much more rewards for basically nothing. However, reaching level 25 in this specific event is actually really hard, especially for free-to-play players. However, I'm going to give you today some tricks on how to get to level 25 even if you are a free-to-play player. Of course, if you have purchased some packages, it will be much easier for you, but for a free-to-play player, you would need to collect a humongous amount of roses throughout spending energy smartly, and let me explain how. Basically, you can collect roses by defeating Raven troops, picking up airdrops, collecting resources, purchasing goods from the black market. These are all the ways that you can collect roses. However, some of these actually are limited because there's a limited amount of boxes that are available for airdrops, collecting resources, or even purchasing goods from the black market. However, the one that is not limited and can actually get you the amount of roses that is needed to go all the way to level 25 is the defeating Raven troops. And in order to defeat Raven troops and pick up their stuff, you would need energy points. The main part over here is actually spending enough amount of energy so that you will be able to gain and reach all the way there. Now, this enough amount, we're talking not about 1,000 or 2,000, maybe we're talking about like 10,000 or something like that. That's like some crazy amount of energy. But if you have saved up enough for this event, then you will be able to reach all the way to level 25 and gain all these extra rewards. Now, the way that I would actually play this, and the reason why I say this is because some people would just go, yeah, then that's great. I'm gonna spend 7,000 or 10,000 energy on the first day, and that's about it. But that's the wrong strategy. And the reason being is that the drop rates for these specific boxes or roses actually go down the more you actually attack throughout the day. So for, let's say, if I defeated like 10 ravens, the drop rate was 100, and then the next 10 will be 90%, and then the other ones will be 80%. So the drop rates will be lowering throughout the day. That's why what you need to do is actually divide all the amount of energy that you're using on the days of the event. So for example, let's say that you are gonna use 12,000 energy. So what I would do is divide 12,000 over 6 days or 7 days of the event, and then by that I would know exactly the amount of energy that I will be using, the extra ones of course, on a daily basis for this event to try to reach for level 25. Of course, because of the drop rates, there's not a specific number for the amount of energy required to reach level 25, but you can get an estimated number. This is basically all you need to get to level 25. I know it's a little bit hard, but this is why it is super important for free-to-play players to actually reserve for their resources for such events. Now, that was the first stage. Let's talk about Valentine's Date. Valentine's Date is a very simple event where you have to collect some two stuff basically, like food and menus. And the way that you collect menus is simply by collecting airdrops, and you collect different types of materials or food from doing different activities. The first one is actually just collecting resources. This is basically how you get pumpkins. And the second one is actually just from reaching missions with level 100 in the officer missions. Now, there is a trick actually to the officer's mission. My advice to you is that throughout this event, make sure that you're actually doing officer missions who are lower leveled, because the event is like a multiple day event. So if you do the officer missions that are lower level, collect all the items that you can collect on a daily basis, and this way you would actually be able to get all the items or the materials that are required to finish up that specific type of food. Now, this is why, because sometimes even at higher levels, you'll be able to reach like the full requirements, but still be at like 98% and not 100% completion rate. And the reason for that is actually because your officer levels are actually lower than the missions levels. This is why you need to use officers of high level in high level missions. But for this specific event, I wouldn't actually recommend doing high level missions and instead doing actually lower level missions. So I'm actually doing a little bit of a mistake over here. So as you can see, only 3 missions are at 100%, but I actually did gain a lot from these missions in the area today, because I did a lot of these 30-minute missions, which actually help out a lot. Now, going back to Valentine's Day and to the last one, which is basically the cake, you get those by just simply defeating Raven bunkers and collecting their stuff. So once you have all these resources, so for example, we have these materials. Let's go ahead and confirm that. So you got one of these supplies and you get 1 point over there. Once you get 6 points, you'll be able to get these rewards over here, which are pretty cool, especially for the gold officer statues. Now, you can collect these exact rewards 4 times. Every single time you have to reach 6 times the meal, and you'll be able to collect these rewards like 4 times in during this event period. Now remember that this event, this specific stage, is only 4 days long. It's not 6 days or 7 days like the rest of the stages. So make sure to actually focus on this one as well as the other stages, so that you can actually get a good chunk of rewards. Deep Affection is just a very simple, basically 5-day event where you actually do missions that are just simply of your daily activities, and you'll be able to gain roses and other some cool rewards like resources and speed ups from here. So the first one is just simply daily logins, the second one is using cowbones, and the third one is just collecting airdrops. All of these days have the kind of similar, missions. They're actually very easy to complete. Usually I reach 100 in these missions, and you'll be able to get 2 level 5 or 5 stars units from if you reach all the way to level 100. So it's actually worth getting all the way there. The cool thing about this event is that the only thing that I can actually advise you regarding this red roses as well is that to activate your premium level at the kind of last day of the event, and the reason being, or the last time that you can actually activate it, and the reason being you would actually know whether you have reached a high level and the rewards are actually worth it or not. And this is why you should be able to gain all the rewards that you have already unlocked throughout the free or the basic battle pass, and then once you activate the premium, you'll be able to gain all the previous rewards from there. So this way you would know that, hey, it's the last day, maybe I've reached like level 24, I still can make it to 25, or maybe I've only reached level 20 and it's super hard to go to 25, so I want to activate it this time. This is definitely an advice for free-to-play players, because gold is a little bit hard to gain, especially to accumulate it over certain periods of time, and there are other things that you need gold for. The last thing is the gift room. You get those items from here, and you can send actual gifts to your allies from your alliance. So there are 2 ways to actually do this. The first one is actually to purchase the gift by gold purchases, and the second one is actually to go ahead and purchase this specific package over here, which is Lovely Surprise. You'll be able to gain this cool frame and some roses for the first event. What I would recommend about this one over here is actually, if you want to purchase this and progress through the levels, then I would recommend purchasing this specific package on multiple days, so that you would actually be benefiting from this event over here, which actually requires you to purchase a specific amount of gold, and you'll be able to get additional rewards. But remember that even if you collect more than the amount that is required here, it will not accumulate to the other days. So it's very, very important for you to actually purchase them on a daily basis, so that you will be able to gain all these cool rewards. Definitely the rewards from these specific boxes are worth it, because it is additional rewards for your purchases, and you will be able to get a lot of goodies from here. So this is definitely one of the best times to actually buy packages if you wanted to buy any package within the game. Now, these were the tips and tricks that I wanted to give you for this specific event. There's also this event that's happening tomorrow. It's kind of we're probably going to be playing this event actually, because it's kind of fun. So we're going to be making also a video about this tomorrow. Some gameplay seeing if we can get lucky enough and get all these good parts for the ground units, because this is my focus currently for this period. So this was this video for today. I hope you guys like it. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button down there, and maybe like the video, share it with your friends. You know what to do. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.